Okay, this is the finished motor prototype. Still not happy with that housing. I'll probably work on a new one. It's a little bit large. I want to try and shrink that down, but I'll probably take out the gearbox of the drill. But when I get there, basically it should be a lot smaller and look a lot less visually impaired, so to speak. Now mounting it, I've actually mounted it to what was my homemade rudder setup. Now to mount the homemade rudder back on this is not very difficult at all. I only really got to undo that bolt that you see there and take this particular motor off, undo that bolt there as well. Now all that'll come out, the rudder will mount back on, and that cord will link back up to my rudder, and the steering cords are still there. Now I've got to extend these out up to here, and that will be the turning for my motor, which will turn quite nicely. Also, that's the rudder actual tilt cord, and if you pull on that, it will actually tilt the motor up and down as well. So, and once I get that all set up, it's ready to go. Now this here, I've actually hooked it up now, so we're waiting for a water run on it, and basically from the cockpit I can actually control it, and it's got 12 volts to it now. Now that shroud I've made out of just bits and pieces laying around, and I'm pretty sure I could do a lot better job than that, but unfortunately with what I've got at the moment, that's all I really had. Now that silver lid you see on top, that allows air still to flow up underneath, but there's an elevation in there that stops any water from going in there, but still allows the airflow. But as you can see, she works quite fine. That's at half speed, so can't wait to get this thing out on the water and see what it's actually capable of. Now, it's an 18 volt motor in there, and at the moment I'm only running 12 volts. You'll actually see that there's a big difference between 12, 18, and even if I wanted to hook it up to 24 volt actually tears this thing along, but I'm sure the battery life won't be quite as expected. Now, got reverse just as we expected, just by using the drill, and then just by the flick of a switch, away we're going forward. Now, I won't be using drill batteries obviously to power this. I don't have drill battery on at the moment. I've got a 12 volt sealed lead acid battery, and basically what I'll be looking at is either seriesing up 3 sets of 6 volts to give me the 18 volt, or run individual 12 volts just to give me the prolonged life and make sure that I've got the ability to get out there. So with 24 volts it runs twice as quick as what it does with 12. Now this battery is actually drained down to 50%, and I've had this running for approximately 8 hours straight in the bucket, and it's only lost 50% of its charge at 12 volts. So I think that's a pretty good run for such a small 40 amp hour sealed lead acid battery, and you can see how much power this thing still has. So that's the prototype, and obviously when I get it out there, move it out of the bucket, and up it goes, and without the steering arms, slide up just like a kayak rudder by the time I'm finished with it, so I don't rip the prop shaft off when I come into a ramp or rocks or anything like that. And to lower it, is basically just hooked a bit of bungee cord that's actually tied to there, and that puts enough pressure on it for it to lower as soon as I give it a little bit of slack off the lifting line, and that's pretty much the concept behind it all. Alright guys, hopefully we'll do a water test on it this weekend given the weather's any good, and in the next few weeks to come hopefully I can reduce this shroud down and maybe work out a smaller motor for it. But the shaft and the prop and everything at the moment and the way it's all mounted I'm extremely happy with. I've just got to try and work on that motor since it is so big and does have a visual impact on my kayak. Alright guys, hope you enjoy it, and hope you get some ideas from it. Alright, thanks for watching.